It is a world of darkness. The sin of Cain has spawned the cursed horror that stalks the night in search of living blood. The kindred have long been a secret influence through all ages of human history, plotting against each other in a never-ending jihad. Their immortal progeny are among us to this day, hidden from the eyes of humanity by an elaborate masquerade.
There you go.
Sign language. Wow.
Yeah, my sister is deaf, so I know ASL.
Oh, all right. Wow.
And there we go. We are live, and Davy Jones is already in the chat.
Davey!
Hey,
Davey.
David Jones.
Already kind of on the edge of his seat because he's like, I wonder what's going to happen this episode. Because he was there for the last one where everybody was there, and I guess we could entitle that one literally "All Hell Broke Loose."
Yeah, no kidding.
Was it hell or well, it was hell, kind of. Because I kind of feel like it was heaven too, though. Because he's a fallen angel.
Aw.
Trish does not like him at all.
So yes, so welcome everybody, and now that we have 2 regulars for this particular game, we'll actually go through and do like a quick introduction so everybody can kind of know. So let's introduce ourselves, maybe just a little bit of background about you and the clan of the character you're playing. So why don't we start with my upper left-hand corner on the stream? That's going to be Trish.
Hi, I am Haley, and I am playing a vampire named Trish. She is a little older, but she still acts a little like a child in a lot of ways within the world of the kindred, because she was very, very sheltered, and she's been on the run for years. She is from the Cambria, and she's really cool singer. Christian, has a very big problem with the inhumanity of vampires, which causes problems with certain members of the group, which is fun. We like conflict in VTM. But yeah, that's Trish.
Okay. Rachel. And you're muted.
Of course I am. Okay. I'm Rachel. I play Damaris. I am of the clan Lianan, which is basically kind of most people describe it as an offshoot of Gangrel, but really we're more in tune with well, I guess nature and stuff, but we do a lot of more rituals and things like that. So I am ex-Sabbat and went through a hell of a time to just stay Anarch. And so now she owns a vampire neutral area for people to go and burn down a mountainside, which she had to fix. And yeah, so here we are.
But she's still getting crap for that.
I'm still getting crap, even though I spent money and time to get it fixed. Okay, I tried to make right on it.
You'll never live it down.
Nope.
Okay.
The American justice system.
Yeah.
Shelly.
Hi, I play Lily Adams. She is an ex-Camarilla Tremere, and she is still trying to find her way as an Anarch and playing as a team player, and also trying to keep her humanity. She kind of has a ghoulish kind of sense of humor, and sometimes it doesn't do well for her humanity. And that's about it. She's our little gothic
And
troublemaker.
I think we can put her in the too curious for her own good category.
Yeah, she is too cute. Yeah, because she like unleashed a fallen angel. Damaris is still.
Damaris is not happy about that, but she also understands that Camille clearly is a very persuasive individual. So she's not putting all the blame on you, but dang it, you're a target.
Yeah.
You just happen to be there.
Stop it.
Okay. So Callie, why don't you introduce us to yourself?
Hi, I'm Callie. I'm playing Madeline Rosolani, or Rosolini. She is a Giovanni. She was a Victorian seance spiritualist medium that was embraced into the clan for her ability to naturally talk to ghosts. And she currently got transferred up north from Las Vegas because she is not aging, so she just moves around the country when she can't keep her former life. So she's now assigned up here with the family.
Okay, great. And Dale, why don't you round us out?
Hey everybody, I'm Dale. I play Benjamin Baxter. He's a Bruja who are the warrior poets of vampires because they're strong, they're fast, they fight, but they philosophize and they're kind of the heart and soul of the anarchs. He became a vampire in 1985 when his daughter Cindy was brutally murdered by a Sabbat vampire in his pack. He was saved and joined the Anarchs rapidly, and now decades later, he managed to get to Ashland. Everybody in the area helped him find the Sabbat pack who had gotten Cindy, destroyed them, and then personally defeated and destroyed the main dude, Jefferson, who actually killed her. Since then, he's been the sweeper of Ashland. He is also the chief lead investigator at Pantheon Investigations, and Lily is his partner there, where he has been on several cases involving supernatural goings-on. And now he's trying to help out with this whole fallen angel business.
Yes, with Stony.
Stony.
So great.
Stony.
So for those of you who didn't follow the big joint game that we had last Friday, so things kind of came to a head. Something came out of Blackrock Bad. That's kind of the nickname that.
Well, it's now in my head like an entire entity, like a corporation at this point. BlackRock Bad.
Yeah.
And it's all one word. So they found out that there was a fallen angel on the other side that had been talking to Lily and made a good argument as to why he should be released. She released him, or found a way to release him, and the bulk of that particular game was then discovering about their infernalism problem that they have within the city and finding a way to take care of it. So where we're picking up now is the night after all that took place. Kamel has provided anybody who wanted it the phone number to the body he now inhabits. So that way you have a way of communicating with him. He is going to be around and will be in touch as soon as he has something more definitive to give to the group and a plan on dealing with Triel.
Is he at Lily's place still?
No, he is not.
Okay. He's at his body's place.
Yes.
Okay.
So, Ben, we'll start off with you at the group haven.
Right.
So as you rise, one thing that you're starting to notice now around the house is that the Liam and is it? Oh, you know, I didn't pull up my notes. Doggone it. Hold on a second.
You take notes?
I know that was très stupid of me. Let me get that pulled up. It's Liam. I want to say it's Eleanor, but I don't think that's right.
I think that is. I think it is. Hold on.
Let me go take a look.
Yeah, Eleanor Presley.
I
Liam
was.
Wallace and Eleanor Presley.
Ooh, look at that. I'm kind of sharp when I want to be. Yeah, so Liam and Eleanor have been not on high alert, but have definitely been more proactive around the house. This has been in response to the creamsicle being taken. You know, they understand that there are probably going to be certain individuals that just can overpower them socially, as that might be. But they just want to make sure that they got eyes and ears out, nevertheless.
Okay.
Jesse has been slowly from his room. His style has been slowly creeping out around the house. So what you've noticed is, like, at one point it was pretty innocuous. There was, you know, a piece of Jim Lee comic art, up on the wall, like in the living room.
Sure. Okay.
Nothing serious. It was, a big piece of like the Justice League or something, kind of a splash page. Mm-hmm. Then it became two, and then it became like a bobblehead or two, okay. Or I should say a pop figure or two, that kind of, come out and hanging up on. So it's looking a little bit more, and apparently, Jeeves and the others don't really care, but it's looking, in a way, it's looking a little bit more lived in and not prop home, because before it was very kind of sterile and newish.
Right.
But it's clearly starting to skew geek.
Okay. Gotcha.
Which is new.
Do I know where he's like, because he must be buying this stuff. Do I know where he's like getting the money to purchase the stuff?
Usually, since you're used to being around him, and Jesse doesn't, no one's given him money. Like there was talk of, giving him a job or whatnot from Remus, but that hasn't materialized just yet. Usually, it's, find somebody who looks shady, punk him, and then take it for what he's got. Got it. So that's usually how he comes across his money. So it's like he'll find some drug pusher or somebody who was doing a stick up or something, and or he'll occasionally go look, because that's how you guys would make the quick buck. You would pick on the people who you knew weren't going to call the police, right? Take them for what they had, and then move on. So it's probably a good bet that he's been doing that.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Well, he's thinking about going out for a drink, but if he does it on his own, probably the city will just explode with how unlucky Ben has been trying to feed on his own. Let's see. Well, he's gonna text Knives actually, and say, "Hey, any more rocks making you do things you don't want to do? Send."
She's going to reply, ha, 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 ha.
Is that coming from the rock, or is that you?
That's actually coming from the rock. I have a really pretty, pretty amethyst rock here. You want to come see it?
I half believe you. I'm going to head to the office and see what's up there. Will I see you there?
Yeah, give me a few moments. I'll be there.
Cool. And then I see if Jesse's in or if he's out.
Oh, he's in.
Okay. What's he up to?
Right now, he is attempting to decipher IKEA runes. AKA, the instructions from an IKEA chair.
Okay.
So he's not stupid, but it's clearly taking him. He's like looking at it, and he's he's like, like muttering something about an L joint and an A marker and so on and so forth. He's like got this stuff spread out. He went out and picked up a new chair.
Okay. Like was it like for a table, or is it like a gaming chair or something, or?
No. It looked like it's probably like just a singular chair you might put at a table.
Okay.
But just looks like it's probably a bit wider, which makes sense because he is. That's what his purpose was to be muscle. So he needs the big butt seats.
Okay.
Sort of thing, which is why he usually camps out on the couch, because it's like widespread and whatnot. So he went out and picked up a chair that probably fits him a little bit better.
Okay. So like, hey there, Jesse, got yourself your seating arrangement, huh?
Oh, hey Ben, yeah, I went and bought. Do you know how to decipher IKEA?
Could figure it out. Yeah, sure. Let's take a look here and see if I can help discern the hieroglyphics there.
Okay. He's just like kind of holding his head. And he's like, they got like amazing meatballs, but they can't, speak American for nothing.
Yeah, I hear you. They try to make it where everyone gets it, but then nobody does. It's a weird thing. We can figure this out though.
Okay. I mean, with your help, it's not an issue. You know that because it's not that Jesse is dumb. He is a little touched given how he was created. So he's probably at peak intelligence. So when it comes to complex instructions like this, it baffles him some.
Gotcha.
So with your help, it's not that big of an issue. He was just missing, one of those
Like Allen wrench things.
Allen wrench, yeah. He was just missing like an Allen wrench that went to the right socket sort of thing to screw it in. And once you start doing that, you guys start getting this thing, put together pretty quick.
Cool. There. All right, cool. Excellent. Hey, I was just wondering, Jesse, I mean, it doesn't seem like you're doing much other than, just keeping tabs on the Haven here. You want to come with down to the office at Pantheon?
Oh, I'm not smart like you. I don't pick up on stuff. You figure I would, I could help with that stuff?
Well, I mean, we come across some pretty colorful characters, and it's always nice to have a couple more beefy hands on deck. You know what I mean?
Oh, you mean like punch stuff? Oh, I could punch stuff. Yeah, I could do that.
I mean, if you're not busy reading the next comic book or putting together a couch or something.
Oh, no. Couch. Okay, I gotta make a note to self. But no, that I could totally do that. Yeah, I could be of help. I just figured you kind of wanted me around the Haven, watching stuff, because I ain't got anything else to do.
I mean, yeah, you've been doing good, but I don't think it needs to be watched like every single second of every single day. So why not hang out?
Okay. Do you figure we could stop by and go get some Italian?
Sure, we can do that. Maybe drop by Anzio's and get that. Good to be meeting up with Knives down at the office, but yeah, we can swing by real quick.
Oh, is that goth chick? Talks to rocks?
Yeah, Lily, you got it. She's the rock talker. That's right.
Is she Injun?
No,
because I ain't never met no goth Injun.
I don't think she is. No, I don't think she is.
Okay.
No.
That
she's just
ain't her tribal name.
rocking
Talks to
around.
rocks.
You should call her that when we see her.
Well, she's Tremere. That ain't gonna make me like fall apart or nothing, is it?
Nah, I'll keep her from making you fall apart. You'll be fine.
Okay, because I can't be put back together again. Without her being around. My
Yeah,
creator.
I hear you. Yeah, we'll keep you intact.
Okay. Hey, do you figure we should probably invite Miss Trish? Because she's probably bored.
We can. Yeah, I guess she's in the area. Let's see where she's at.
Maybe
Go ahead and,
maybe she likes them Angela Lansbury type things, like the murder she wrote.
You know what? Maybe, but I've got to talk to her about her issue too. We just kind of dropped that because of the whole demon thing.
What kind of issue she got?
Yeah, she's got a stalker, like of the vampire kind.
Vampires can be stalkers? Well, that's ain't that kind of redundant?
Well, we can be just about anything, and we could be some terrible things, unfortunately.
Oh, well, that's right. True. Okay. I'm going to go get changed then into something I think it's a little bit more fashionable and suits me for not working on the utility stuff. I'll let you go.
Right.
Take care of Miss Trish.
Got it. Yeah, go ahead and look for Trish in her room.
Okay. At this point, she's probably just getting up. She's had a weird week.
Mm-hmm.
So head up and knock on her door.
You hear pretty quickly. Sit. Just a second. She's gonna kind of like she was like halfway waking up, and it takes just a minute for her brain to fully function. And so you hear some rustling as she's like getting out of bed and kind of like doing a couple of like shaking her bodies to like totally wake up, and then she's wrapped up in a robe, like a bathrobe, and just comes to the door and is like, yes, good morning. Hi, Ben. Hi.
Hey, Trish. Didn't mean to wake you or interrupt or anything. I was going to be headed to the office, but swinging by Anzio's with Jesse. Wondering if you want to tag along. Doesn't seem like you've got a lot going on. And I wanted to talk to you about your, what's his name, Jeremy issue?
Oh. Yes to the first. Absolutely. I literally nothing going on, so I can come hang out. Yeah, we can talk about Jeremy. That's fine. Give me 5 and I will meet you downstairs. And then she just shuts the door.
Right.
And then you hear from the other side of the house, from the other side of a door, and you hear this. Oh, morning, mistress.
You hear through the door, good morning, Jesse.
So go ahead and wait for her.
Okay. Yeah. I mean,
All right. She gets dressed in just casual clothes and comes out of the room. Are you waiting like in the hall? Or are you downstairs?
Let's see. Actually, during that wait, I check real quick in the to see if the fridge has any blood.
The fridge has blood.
Okay, I'll take 1 point's worth.
Okay. There is a note posted to the fridge. And the note specifically has the names of everybody who is in the house, and it says, mark it if you take it.
I'll go ahead and take whatever pen their marker is, put on a tally mark next to my name.
Okay.
Thing back.
All right. Trish comes downstairs and comes into the kitchen for the same purpose and sees the little thing. She's like, that's actually pretty smart.
Be right back again. Sorry.
Sure, no problem.
And she takes some and just marks it off as well.
So Jesse comes walking out. Jesse has got a form-fitting shirt on that effectively has long sleeves, given his it's not disproportioned, but it is clearly bigger than the normal human because he is beefy looking. It fills out quite a bit given the fact that he's got muscles. He's wearing black denim jeans. He has shades on. His hair is slicked back, and he has a long trench coat. He looks like Neo a la the Matrix 1. But like way bigger, beefier wise, nowhere near as lean.
Well, good morning to you, Jesse. Aren't you looking snazzy today?
I'm supposed to be the muscle. I figured this would help my intimidation factor.
I think you have been quite successful, Ben. Don't you agree?
I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Good looks.
Well, thank you. I am. Good morning again, Miss Trish. I don't know if you heard me right proper.
I did. Good morning, Jesse.
Okay. Do I need to go get the car?
If you could, we're gonna take off in just a minute.
Okay. And so he just, bolts out the door to go get the car.
All right. So what's on the docket for the day? You have anything fun you're investigating?
Well, wanted to see if there's any updates on a case we were actually working on a bit back, but have hit a snag. There's this missing Medium, psychic. Don't know if she actually had the gift or not, but might have, because the place where she was abducted from had a ghost, had a conversation with it and everything. Apparently,
Like a demon?
not like the demon fallen angel type thing we're dealing with. No, like a ghost. Couldn't see it, but it could move things, like physical stuff. Like it could move small
Huh.
doodads and make shapes and flower and stuff, write stuff, and yeah. So figured out that some guy came by, seems like abducted her, maybe killed her, don't actually know yet. Xandria had some people and information on it. Gonna see if got any updates. It's been probably a few weeks now.
Well, that's a little bit more serious. I thought maybe it was like, I don't know, not as serious, but that seems kind of serious.
Well, we don't travel around in the mystery machine, and I don't have any big Marmaduke-like dogs that talk to me. So,
That,
yeah,
do you know what we should dress Jesse for Halloween as next year?
what?
Scooby Doo. And then we could like actually have a van that's like the Mystery Mobile or Machine or whatever. I did not watch that show very much when it was on TV. By then, I was in a very different place in life. But we should do that, and then everybody could dress up as different characters from the show. And then you could like advertise for your stuff. No? Okay. We don't have to. It's fine.
It's an idea. We'll kick it around.
I could be Daphne.
You definitely could be Daphne.
I didn't really vibe with Velma. Okay,
Does.
I feel like this is a very strange conversation that just took even a stranger dive. Are we ready to go yet?
I am. Let's kick it.
Okay.
Okay.
So as you are heading over, Ben, you get a text. This is a direct one, not the group chat.
All right, take a look. Who is it?
It's from the Dawn.
Wow. Okay.
And he says, the text comes through and it says, I have somebody for you. Introductions. Are there plans to meet tonight?
There can be. I was on my way to Anzio's right now, actually.
Okay, so he says, fitting. We will have the new family member present.
All right, see you there. I go ahead and then put in the group chat that people should probably meet at Anzio's right away. The Dawn is introducing somebody.
I guess I'm doing a U-turn and heading to Anzio's.
Okay.
I guess I'm going there today too.
Ta-da! Okay.
Always working. Always at work.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. 1 second.
I'll text ahead to my manager, whoever's on
to get the
duty.
room prepped?
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. Here we go. That's what I was looking for. Okay. So, Callie, you have been you've actually been in town now for a day. So not long enough really to acclimate, but enough to, get your things put away. They've got you set up right now at the Cedar House, which is pretty much where it's the hub of Giovanni activity in the town. The Cedar House, and you're muted, by the way.
Okay.
The Cedar House is a historic house, so it has kind of a I don't want to say Victorian vibe to it, but it definitely has an older home, more spread out almost kind of like a mansion as opposed to multi-storied. It has nice, marble laid down on the inside. It's got, brass fixtures, really, really nice looking. And it sits on a hill that overlooks a country club nearby. So it's in a really nice neighborhood, which you already know, like the protocol for that sort of thing. You don't bring trouble to the house. You don't do anything like that. The Dawn has already advised you that he's going to be sending you with some people to Anzio's to meet some of the local anarchs. Right now, he doesn't have a job for you, so just keep up with the normal tasks that you usually do. But the only thing he's looking for at this point is just get you acclimated with the others. So that way you can, if nothing else, network with them to continue fulfilling your goal. And one of the reasons why you got transferred up here is if you show enough gumption and you show enough skill and ability, he's going to let you kind of pick what it is you would like to slide into next. So this is kind of
nice. Okay.
This is the first opportunity in decades, easily, that you've had to try and branch out from the job that you volunteered yourself so many years ago.
Finally, some sort of freedom. Okay.
So what he has done is he has sent you with Vinny and what are called the two Utes. Vinny is what's known as the Honored Dead. He is actually kind of a capo in the area, even though he's a wraith. And his two physical anchors, in a way, to the Skinlands are the two Utes. He has introduced you to Ricky Giovanni and Tommy Putanesca. Both kind of they're average looking. You find out that Ricky used to be like a customer service and analytics guy before he slid into the family business. Tommy is your atypical mechanic. And so they're kind of like leg breakers, fixers kind of thing that, they work as his boys. They were effectively termed the two Utes because Vinny's old school like that. Vinny came from the mortal side of the mafioso family within the Giovanni. And in order to find a better role for him, they're letting him essentially earn like he did in life.
Okay.
Given your skills and abilities, you can't see him right off the bat without obviously using the type of rituals or aspects to see him, but you can sense his presence around you, and you kind of like if you can sense him enough because he's on this side of the Shadowlands that you can roughly where he's at in a physical sense, even though you can't see him.
Okay.
And so as you are driving on the way over there, one of the Utes are driving at this point, and this disembodied figure, is sitting in the car, and he's like, so why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself there, Dollface?
Oh, well, it's, I've just been able to see and, hear ghosts for all of my life. Really, it just started, during the Spanish flu. So much death everywhere. And it just kind of grew from there. I guess once the family saw what I could do, then I was brought in as a ghoul, and it's really been trying to communicate with the other side ever since. I have had a lot of fun doing psychic seances with very rich people, and they'll believe anything. I just give them enough information. Oh, it's fantastic.
So you're one of those types, eh? That's not a bad gig. Not a bad gig.
No. It fell off for a little while because it was starting to get too occulty for people, but it's starting to have kind of this resurgence. I'm almost thinking of starting this like psychic reading thing again. Just depends on how Ashland deals with it. It was really popular in Vegas, though, so that was a lot of fun. I'd like to continue the business out here.
Oh, so you came from Shlomo, eh? He's the
Yeah.
Don of Vegas.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. It was a good gig. It was more death happens there than you would think. So it was
Oh
very
no,
interesting.
I don't think I know.
Oh yes, of course, yes.
I
you would
was
know.
back there in the day.
So yep, I just came from there, and it's a little bit different here, a little bit quieter, a little more low key, but I think I'll like it.
All right, so just so you know, you can call on us whenever you might need it. Obviously, you need to call one of the Utes first. I don't exactly carry a cell phone around on me. Ain't got no
Definitely.
pockets.
Oh, that makes sense. Yes.
Then we got some speakeasy across town. Jimmy runs that. You need your quick fix, or you need just something, you can go talk to our boy Jimmy. He sets you up.
Are there any big players on your side who has areas that I should not wander into? The more dangerous types. I mean, not that it's that big of a deal, but I just tend to. It's very nauseating when there's a really strong presence sometimes. I like to stay away from those areas unless I'm working.
Oh, then you're probably going to want to stay away from Terrence Hill. Place is straight up haunted. And not all in the good ways, but that's a little bit outside of town.
Oh, okay. Then I'm not worried then. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome. And then I'm sure the others can. These anarch types are always running into something. They can tell you some places to avoid and whatnot. You may just for brevity's sake, you may want to stay away from the pawn, one of the pawn shops here in town. Well, let's just say that the gal who runs it's a sort of a persona non grata. She used to be a retainer to one of the family. When we found out that she was still around, we kind of washed our hands of her.
Oh.
But
dear. Okay.
the anarchs picked her up. So hopefully it's no big deal. But person she was tied to was one of those in the family.
Right. I'll look over at my the other race that's sitting there. There's a British military gentleman that is in a World War I uniform that's just kind of probably looking at him like this guy. And I'll be like, all right, well, take notes, and I'll probably end up sending him off to go kind of check things out.
Yeah. So outside of that, from the sound of things, they're dealing with some sort of demon thing in town. So you may want to keep abreast of that. Again, I'm sure they can inform you of the particulars. Then they seem to poke the Sabbat every so often. So they wander into town every so often. And the other, and it's not necessarily a place to avoid. Just keep your head on the swivel. There's a club here in town called The Web, run by some werewolf types.
Oh yes, I would like to stay very far away from that. Do not get along. They're frightening. I don't like them. Okay. The Web. I will stay away.
And he says, and this place we're going to, even though they don't really seem to have a word for it, it's effectively kind of like an Elysia. You don't want to tussle or fight. They serve our kind. Oddly enough, Anarch's got the only good, Italian joint in town. Go figure.
That's sad.
And then he says, and then there's a club cross town owned specifically by the Don called the Drachenflugel. Don't ask why he named it something German. But it's his place. Also serves your kind. So you run into something amiss, you can go there too.
I will remember that. Thank you.
And so as you guys come pulling up, it's this nice, low key, Italian restaurant with the brick front and decorated glass, and they've got this nice valet parking set up. And he says, he's like, and he fusses. He's like, "Hey, Utes, get the door for the lady." What? I didn't teach you no manners. So they pop out of the car real quick, and get the door for you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's not okay. Yes, thank you. I'm not going to argue with him. I'll just step out.
Yeah.
She thought about it. She's like, no, I got this. And then you're like, no, not arguing at this rate.
So he walks in, with you, with the others. By this point, you guys are there, upstairs in the sequestered room for parties, specifically in this one for Kindred. There's a bouncer kind of waiting at this stairway that goes up top. It's where the events take place, events rooms and whatnot. But it's got the velvet rope draped across it. The inside is really nice. Many tables set up. It's about half full right now. It's got some nice Italian music playing in the background for ambiance, but it also has a small stage for live music when people come in to entertain. As Davey says, old habits die hard. And so Ricky at this point, comes up, adjusts his, his tie, and he says, we've got somebody, we got business upstairs. So the guy kind of looks at him, funny, and then moves the velvet rope out of the way, and they go walking up with you.
Okay. Yeah, just I'll look at Arthur and be like, yes, please just look around the grounds. Make sure there's no surprises. I just don't want to deal with anything right now that's over the top. Just make sure it's in the up and up.
Of course, my lady.
Try not to be like insulting, but at the same time, like, I trust that I'm not going to get staked as I walk through the door. But
of course,
it's old habits die hard.
Okay, yeah. So he goes up to enter before everybody else does. Of course, he has to wait for the door to open. So the door opens as you guys were probably making some small talk and getting drinks prepared and whatnot. Door comes open. Two casually dressed, business casual looking individuals come walking in. Their hair kind of, done nicely, slacks, and nice shoes, which those of you who do recognize them as Ricky and Tommy, the Utes, with a person you don't recognize. So, Callie, why don't you describe your character?
Madeline is dressed, I guess it'd be like a business casual, but it's more of like a 1940s, 50s style, or reminiscent of that, kind of a longer skirt that hugs, then kind of flares out the bottom, nice blouse, very conservatively dressed. I guess the question is, one, is anybody wearing a cross? And two, are there any religious paraphernalia in this room at all? It's something I need to know.
Not my person, for sure.
So Callie, why don't you give me a perception and alertness check? Okay. Difficulty 6.
I should have probably figured out how to roll first.
And you are muted, Haley.
I think she's focusing on her focus, literally. I saw you going like that with your hand. I'm like, she must be trying to focus her thing.
Yeah,
you can see it. It's like focusing on nothing. It's just like blurred me out. Does it? I mean, would the perception? This is a Haley question. Would the perception check count on things that are not visible?
That would be. So is your cross covered up?
Yeah, it's under her shirt.
Okay, then don't worry about it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I have to be able to see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
As long as it's under your shirt, that's perfectly okay.
Yep, just like that. It's hidden.
Okay. And I'm not worried. All right. I'll walk in and look at each person in turn. I'm going to assume everyone in here is a vampire, and just wait for the Utes to say something. Or for somebody else to say something as we walk in.
Yeah. So then you walk in, and at that point, since there's a bit of a lull, everybody's just kind of looking. You just hear you hear from nowhere at this point, and you hear a voice say, "Anox, what? No one here gonna introduce yourselves? This is my cousin over here, Miss Rossellini."
And hello, everyone.
Damaris will walk up. Welcome, I guess. Sorry, I wasn't expecting anybody else. Was I? Was that in the text?
No, he just said he texted
Just to meet.
just meet.
Yeah.
I'm Damaris. This is my place. I'm sorry. Who are you?
Oh, Madeline Rossellini. I'm part of the Giovanni clan. I'm here to offer assistance in my, I guess, specialty in dealing with ghosts and spirits on the other side.
Hearing that, Trisha's gonna go like shove Ben. Like,
no offense.
I can hear. I heard.
Giovanni are fantastic with that, but how much is this going to cost us?
Depends.
Because normally your no offense, your kind doesn't really do anything without something in return.
If you would like something more solid in terms of payment, we can be very casual about it for this little bit. To get to know one another. Be it influence in the city would be very helpful for me since I just moved here. So if you have any contacts or people that you are close to in the mortal world, I would be more than happy to take that as payment for now. I'm not going to start throwing around favors and tit for tat just yet.
Huh. Okay. I'm going to look over to Ben and the rest like, somebody want to fill me in here?
Yeah, she's been introduced by the Dawn. She's just kind of going to be here for a while, apparently. So, is that what they normally do? I'm kind of new to this whole Giovanni internship program or whatever the heck we've got going on here.
It's really... I'm here to help protect the assets of the city. So if you are having problems, your problems then become our problems, and it becomes a big problem, and we don't like any of that. So this is more of a, I help you. If big stuff starts happening, I'm going to be kind of the liaison to make sure it doesn't get out of control. So that
the liaison with who?
You, from my family.
Oh.
So that way, if you hear anything really awful or terrible or gonna kill everybody, or perhaps, mortals start dying left and right when nobody knows why, then I can give you some information, or you can give me some information, and then we solve the problems. And that way, we don't have to worry about it. Like, say, the Sabbat come in. If it's too many Sabbat, then I get some of my resources, and we take care of it.
To be fair, we've dealt with the Sabbat and handled them just as well,
right,
without the assistance. But anyway, that's not the point.
My specialty is more of on the ghostly side of things.
Okay.
It's a very interesting way to get information. Sometimes you get some problem children on the other side that start messing with people, and that can become a problem. It can be. So we're just going to make sure that everything stays relatively calm. And I'm here just to help you out. I can find information for you, or I can lend you some money if you need it, really, because money is...
I don't need money. We don't need money
Oh,
necessarily.
good.
But, okay, so you're basically here to represent the Giovanni in issues of the city.
Yes.
Okay. Well, Sophie will definitely want to make your acquaintance, but I don't know if she's going to be attending right now. Sophie is our Baron.
Oh.
But Ben, you called this meeting here. What's up?
Well, I mean, I just wanted to make sure everyone is good. It's been a few nights. Nothing's been going on. Wanted to meet up with our new Giovanni friend here, make sure we understood what's going on there. And has anything been happening with the fallen angel thing? You
Oh,
ladies hear
yes.
anything?
I was
going
going
to
to ask
Lily
about
for
that. I heard about some demon.
Yeah. The whole thing.
So real quick, at this point, Ricky ends up handing Madeline keys, and then you hear from that, the voice from Vinny at this point. He says, "All right, so looks like you got together with the kids here. We're gonna probably make some sort of vampire magic in the town. Do you know who to contact? The keys are yours to keep. Boys, let's get on out of here."
Oh, thank you very much.
And
Have
so
a good night, Vinny.
Oh, sure thing. And you know who to contact. Something comes up.
Mhm.
So the two people and voice exit the room.
Well, I've not heard anything additional from Kamel, but when he did go in there and visit her, or this other fallen, he did recognize her. Her name is Trial, and they definitely were familiar. Which is, if you're not, does anybody react to the name Trial? Because you mentioned, out of character, you mentioned that they are also known as Beelzebub.
Well, I mean, you know that, so you could elaborate. If you
I didn't know
wanted.
if they knew. At the blank stares, everybody, Beelzebub,
What, like from the
demon.
Bible?
Yes,
Oh,
that's who is piloting Evil Sophie.
I mean, I've heard of it, but I don't have a lot of information about it.
That's
Or
kind of a
it,
big
her.
deal.
Gonna look at Ben. Not everybody can say they kissed a demon.
Or drank
I
from
mean,
one.
yeah, okay. Yeah, it wasn't my intent. Sheesh.
Mhm.
We know, we witnessed the power of her was intense.
I didn't
kissed
witness, I
Trio
just
and I liked
drew.
Um,
Those are some pretty heavy hitters.
yes, they are. I agree. Kamel is, I guess, in exchange for just being out, is supposed to be helping us with these fallen that we encounter.
That's not going to last.
I don't disagree, but you know what? We've kind of limited on our options.
Does anybody know how to take out a fallen angel? Or is that something we got to figure
That's
out?
why we have to. Ironically, we gotta deal with one to deal with the others. It seems, because they're unfortunately dealing with fallen angels is not a common. It's not common at all. Like, this is
And I don't think we're strong enough.
another level.
I've been an occultist for a very long time, and I don't think I've ever run across a fallen angel. That's
well, I met two apparently.
This town
you'll
is
be
attracting them
able
like
to-
flies.
You'll be able to mark that off your bucket list.
yes. I will make sure to tell nobody, no one.
I mean, hypothetically, just saying, if we cut off the host body's head, what happens to the spirit? I'm not saying we should. I'm just wondering.
When I killed, hold on, killed, what's her name now? Trial or Juliet or whatever she
Trial.
goes by? Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really kill her. She just left that body, floated around, got in another one, and she's back.
How in the
So-
world are they fallen angels? That is demon. That is demonic possession.
Ghosts can kind of do the same thing. On a later time, I'll do a little bit of research and see if there's something that maybe we can do to trap it.
Well, it was trapped in a bad black. What did we
It
call
was
it?
a slab of it was an obsidian slab, a large, what was it, like 5 foot tall obsidian slab of some sort.
Yeah,
Jerome?
wall
Yeah.
mirror size.
Yeah.
Do you still have that obsidian slab? Can we put it back in?
It's at Lily's currently. Camille is currently inhabiting the body of one of the Southside Soul members, which is a local gang that I'm affiliated with here. So I know the individual that he has inhabited. However, apparently that body that he was put into was someone that he had just passed. He had just died.
That seems to be their thing. They can get in people that are dying.
They
Not
don't
just
shove
anybody.
the souls out, which is
I don't know if-
vaguely different than.
I don't know if they do or not.
No, soul's gone when the
No,
body's dead.
yeah, that's what I mean. They're taking over bodies. They're about to
Oh,
be
that's
vacated.
what you mean. Okay.
Yeah, so they're not shoving a soul out like an actual demonic possession would.
They're waiting for the soul to release.
Yeah, they're waiting for the property to become vacant.
I
There's
wouldn't
one
call
point
them
for
your
them.
typical demon. They are much different than, I think, infernal.
Yeah.
Make no mistake, this is an
But
infernal
are they?
problem.
Is
Don't
there
you misunderstand that. This is an infernal problem.
are there some sort of like cults around here that are causing this, or is it just this mere obsidian slab?
Well, I don't know how the other one, this Triel, whatever her name is, I don't know how she got loose. But somebody had to have released her.
I think he mentioned that there are several that have or will be getting out there, I guess, or maybe already are,
Yeah.
but they're inhabiting bodies like he is. He says that we don't have the knowledge or the power to take care of them the way that it needs to be handled.
So
Of
this
course
is
she's gonna
another
say that,
demon.
though.
Oh
that,
yeah, I know, but
what
sorry.
what is he getting out of, or it? What is it getting out of telling us about the other ones? Does it want to get rid of the other ones in the city?
Yes.
He sounds like he's on a
I
mission
guess.
of redemption.
That's my impression. And I think that's actually what he even said, that
Yeah.
not
was.
all of them are like each other.
Trial.
They're not all like Trial, where they're causing chaos and stuff. Some actually do want redemption. I don't know if I believe that. I've seen a lot of shit over the years that I just don't know anymore.
He wants to go back up to heaven.
He's trying to buy his way back, which is a believer. There's no way he's going to be able to, no matter what he does. And he has a
Then
history of betrayal. So if we can figure out how to take out Trial and then take him out as well, that might be a good idea.
Use the
If
informant
he
as much as
helps
possible.
us, if he helps us take out the one who's murdering people, would we really want to do something to him? Like he'd
I'm
be on our side.
yeah.
I mean,
think he
we
be
could
an
keep
ally.
tabs
I
on
would
him
agree with
and
that too.
have him followed and make sure he doesn't step out of line. And when he does, I mean, if we could take care of it, I'm not sure.
He was never meant to even be a part of this world, though. He was never
Well,
meant
a lot
to
of
be
Neither are we.
here.
Not a lot of things are meant to be a part of this world.
Yeah.
Neither were we, my dear.
I don't know. I personally think that it would be better if we always had an ability, once figured out, on how to take out a problem that could arise. I mean, you guys can't tell me you don't have contingencies for each other. You don't have.
Why would we?
Just
You make plans to take everyone out that you are friends with or allies.
You've never thought about what you would do if something became a problem?
Oh well, like my
Lily's
family
gonna
members.
look at Ben since he's the one that always frenzies.
I'm not sure I
What?
understand what
What?
you're getting at there, because we do plan. Just shit keeps coming up. There's a lot on our plate.
No, I don't mean to plan it. I guess with the way that I have lived the last couple of decades, it's always just in the back of my head of like, what happens if I cross the line, and who will take the necessary steps to stop me.
And that's why you join the Anarchs. Because you don't have to think about that when you're all on the same team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Cam, Sabat. Oh, yeah. They're going to stab each other in the back all the time.
I've seen it.
I've
You don't have a
experienced
weird,
it.
super strong hierarchy here. That's not necessary. We're all on the same team.
And we have each other's back here.
Yes. The only thing we have to worry about taking us out are the hunters.
I
Yeah.
think we've appeased them for a bit. I think.
Haven't seen one
yeah.
in a little while. Not since I arrived here in a blaze of glory.
Ben, your phone
Yeah, a lot
starts
goes
to
on
ring.
here in Ashland.
Huh?
I thought this town was going to be quiet.
Beep,
Apparently I
beep,
was
Oh.
wrong.
beep,
No.
beep, beep.
Wait, you didn't see the sign when you came in that says number of days without an incident? 0?
No, I missed
Oh,
that.
it'd be 3 now, wouldn't it? It's
Would
been
it
a
be?
couple days. I don't know.
Okay,
I figured it would
so
have been quieter than Vegas.
Ben, you answer your phone.
Yeah. Hello.
Oh, hey, Benji.
Hey, Pawn Star, how's it going?
I'm doing all right. How about yourself?
Doing good. Yeah. Hey, you. What's the call for? What's going on?
Hey, I heard back from Dougie, and I wanted to get word to you real quick, fast.
Yeah.
Is now an okay time to talk?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay, so I heard back from Dougie. I guess he ran into somebody on the other side who ran into somebody on the other side who took the Midnight Express. It's a thing.
Okay.
And we got word on your daughter.
Yeah.
So apparently there's as they call it, forces on the other side that are trying to track her down now because they think she has contact over here, and that's a big no-no. See, I contact Dougie on the side. We keep it on the down low because that sort of thing.
Okay. Why are you not allowed to contact people? There's some weird police or something on that side. What's going on?
Oh, as Dougie explains it, the guy who kind of made the whole Shadowlands, like that realm, kind of said so. So it's kind of like a big scary guy laid down a law, and so other people, because they don't want to be turned into like chairs and coins and stuff, they obey. See, they got this thing on the other side where they don't stake you or take you take you out back and put a bullet in your head. They can turn you into pieces of furniture permanently.
Oh. Okay. Right. Good to know. What's happening with Cindy then? Do we know?
Well, Dougie said he heard that she hopped a Midnight Express somewhere. The Midnight Express is like this think a ghost train sort of thing. And it goes between like realms. See, it's getting kind of complicated. But yeah, it's the fastest means to go from point A to point B, city-wise. Don't know where she's going, but it sounds like she bugged out fast.
Okay. So cities and there's in the Shadowlands, there's different cities and towns and things.
Oh, honey, you have no idea.
Oh yeah, it's a big thing. As I interject as he's talking on the phone. Oh, it's a thing. Yes, definitely.
So she's on the run then from whoever's trying to get her.
Yeah. I figure she's on the run. So here's the thing. The Giovanni have got eyes and ears out over there, but as you know, I'm not in good with the Giovanni.
Right.
And then there are other people out there, let's just say, reasonable facsimiles of the political type of things that you run into here for vampire types. Some like them, some don't. Most don't like you talking to the other side. So the situation is fluid.
Okay. So if we keep trying to look for her, does that bring more junk down on top of her? Does it make things worse?
Well, not on this side, no, because again, they're not supposed to be looking this side. It's when you cross over and you talk to them, you talk to the spirits and whatnot. That's, think of it like phone tapping.
Okay.
If they pick up on the phone tap, then you got a problem.
Okay. Do you know if there's any way to communicate with Cindy without the line being tapped?
Oh, sure. Do you have any sort of like a feta of hers? Something that might draw her in?
Oh, if you have something that she was really close to, we could use that. So I'm just interjecting because I can't hear the other side. Something very personal to her that was on her for a very long time.
She's very loud. I don't even have to use or like heightened senses to hear her.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't going to say anything, but yeah, everyone
True,
can
yeah,
hear
you
what
were
she's
stuff
saying.
just
Ben is holding the phone like this, and we can all still hear her.
I go ahead and just like put her on speakerphone.
I don't even need speaker. I'm just saying.
Hey, darling.
All right.
Oh, hey, how are you doing, Lily?
I'm doing good. How are you doing, sweetheart?
Oh, just fine.
That's good to hear.
So, all right then. Jeez, a thing that she, I mean, I left everything of hers and mine, kind of had to back in New Orleans.
Uh-oh.
Are we taking a trip?
What about like a photo? You don't. I mean, considering you're doing all this for her, you didn't carry a photo of her or anything like that.
I mean,
Photos, not quite. I mean, we need something that she held. Like that was.
Okay.
Let's take a trip. I can get a plane.
Well, I hate to tell you this, sweetheart, but you know the New Orleans, that's Camarilla territory.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, it
back
is.
then, it hasn't really changed. How can you tell if the thing is a fetter?
Oh, I can do that. I've been looking for fetters a lot. It's kind of my job. It has like an aura about it that's very strongly tied to the other side. You touch it, it gives off like impressions of the person. Kind of like those people that like do the thing where they like pick up like a fork and they like hold the fork and they're like, oh, this belonged to so and so. They were very sad when they used it. That kind of thing, but for real, not the fake charlatan stuff.
So you didn't keep anything of Cindy's as a memento?
A locket, a bracelet, an earring, favorite pair of socks,
shirt, handkerchief. I mean, anything that she touched.
I know what things are. I know. I know. It's just, yeah. It
Have you
was
checked old moving boxes, maybe?
I mean, I've got the photo. I've got it's wrinkled and messed up now, but he pulls out from his vest like the kind of wrinkled up, kind of smoothed back out because he had like been crushing it in his hand at the time, but it's the smoothed out little handheld spiral notebook that he was putting notes in. He's like, I've got this. It wasn't hers. I've been taking notes for several decades on her killer. But
that would be your fetter if you died.
yeah. But yeah, I mean, at the time, didn't have time to actually pick things up and move. It was had to leave, otherwise we'd all die. Yeah, I could try to find something. I'd have to leave, but
I mean, would
yeah,
stuff still be available after all this time?
I have no idea. I, I don't know. I'd have to look at my stuff to see if I happen to pack anything. I don't remember. I'd have to go back to the house.
Okay,
But-
well, tell you what, let me see if I can talk to Dougie and see if he can dig up something a little bit more quiet-like, because, yeah, things are there's a ruckus over here.
Right. All right.
I guess someone crossed over not too long ago and ruffled some feathers.
Who?
Oh, yeah. Who? Do you know?
Oh, Baron Sophie.
I mean, what?
Why?
When?
I don't know when specifically. I didn't get that detailed. I just heard it was her.
Oh. Okay.
And you're sure it was Sophie, right? Not other Sophie?
Yeah.
Oh,
Bad
good
Sophie.
question. You know, I don't know, but I think it's Sophie. Your Baron. Pissed off a whole guild.
A guild in the Shadowlands.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's bad news. Is your Baron a necromancer?
No.
But we have an infernalist that looks like her.
Oh,
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I was asking it which Sophie it could have been, because one of them is not like the other.
One of them is not
so
like
one
the
of these
other.
things is not like the
I'm gonna
others.
text one of the Utes and be like, "Do you know anything about infernalists? Can they go in the Shadowlands?" Question mark. I'll just leave that there.
Okay.
Is that
for
something I
further.
might know obscurely? Like I can make an occult roll?
Sure, if you want.
It's just about dealing with infernal, you know.
Yeah. Give me intelligence and occult. Difficulty 8.
Okay. It's 5, 6. Difficulty 8. Okay. That's 1. I got 2, so that's 4, 5, 6.
Wow. Good
2
job.
9s.
Okay. I mean, infernalism doesn't know a boundary, really. What it comes down to, you can. The first thing, technically speaking, a specter could be listed as infernal, given the type of corruption it has. And you've run into specters before.
Yeah.
So wherever there's sentience, really, you can run into some form of corruption like that.
Yeah. Okay. I would say that yeah, and infernal can cross into the Shadowlands. I think that's pretty normal.
Interesting. I haven't quite run across that. Or
Welcome
if I
to
have,
Ashland.
or if I have, I didn't realize that's what that was.
Oh, great. So Sophie's going into the Shadowlands for something and now has pissed people off from the other side. Great. So I don't know anything about these guild types. What are they on that side of things? Is it like a gang, like a biker gang or something, or is it?
It's like a clan. Is the closest thing I can come to. I mean, in retrospect towards vampires, it's like a. Yeah, it's kind of, they have the same abilities. They have the same. They work together. I look at Arthur, so I just look into the air and I go, is there a good way to explain guilds?
He says, subsect, my dear. It's a subsect of the political structure. Some are accepted, some are not.
So are they like clans then?
Clans
More
as in,
politics?
it's more of a political bent, not so much the
Like a
nature of
club.
the
So it's like the Camarilla and the Anarchs. It's a political thing.
That would probably be a better gist.
Okay, so yeah, guilds are more, I guess, the equivalent of like the Camarian, Sabbat, Anarchs. It's a political leaning. There's a few of them. Some like
Just-
each other, some don't.
I'm sorry. Are we all going to just breeze over the idea that you were just talking to the air?
Oh, sorry, that's my
None of us flinched. That's
my
funny.
friend Arthur. He's here. He travels with me ever since my abilities manifested as a mortal. He's very nice, very polite British gentleman from World War One.
You
Hmm.
you have
A spirit,
okay.
yes. He's standing right, just like you heard Vinny talk out of the air. Same kind of thing.
She's gonna Trisha's gonna reach
That's
up
what
and
that
kind of
was.
grab her underneath her shirt. Just
I like flinch a little because I probably know what she's doing. I'm like, oh god. No, but he's quite harmless.
and he just stays around. He doesn't.
He just stays around me. He doesn't. Yeah, he watches things from the other side to make sure nothing spooky, very dangerous sneaks up on me. Really, because they're very bad ghosts.
Let's
Aren't those
specters.
just called demons?
Yeah,
I don't think demons and ghosts are the same thing.
they're not the same. Ghosts are people who died and go across. Demons come from hell, I guess, somewhere else.
All right.
So these were all people. Like Arthur lived. He lived in England.
We will put a pin in that conversation. We'll have
Oh,
that
sorry,
later.
Sir Arthur. I know I should use your title.
Okay, so when you piss off a guild, then how do you fix something? I mean, let's just put this on our plate too with everything else. How do we fix a pissed off guild?
Well, you're not supposed to have contact with the other side. So then you're either breaking a rule to break a rule, or it's
It just seems out of character for knowing our Baron. It seems out of character that she would do that on purpose, in that purposely piss off this type of guild. So
we can't
I'm
really
sure
make
she has
any
a perfectly
choices
valid reason
until we know what happened
right.
and what the consequences were. And
Can't we
maybe
just make
can-
sure Sophie's not involved? I mean, I don't mean that in a mean way.
She's already involved.
But like, just not have. Do you know what I'm saying?
I mean,
Like, if they
No.
don't know that she's involved on this side, then how would they be upset if they don't know she's involved on this side?
I'm not sure I understand. She went there, so they know who she is.
So you can actually go to the ghost lands, the shadow lands. So you can walk in if you have enough power. So she walked in and caused trouble, and then
So if
walked
she
out.
just doesn't walk
Doesn't
in
sound like
again,
Sophie.
then
then
it's
things are
fine.
okay, right?
So that's what I mean. Like, just keep her here
Oh yes.
instead of.
But it's kind of like shaking an ant's nest. Now, if we want to try to do anything over there,
It's going to be a
they're
problem.
they're on watch. They're
Oh.
on guard, turning people into furniture, that kind of thing.
So your sources say that she just
Yeah.
walked in, caused the problem. Go ahead, Ben. Sorry.
The furniture thing. How does that work?
It's kind of hilarious, though. You got to admit.
think of a ghost or a soul or a spirit. They're kind of like wispy and intangible. Now imagine taking that wispy intangible thing and turning it into something else, and then locking that form in.
So they could actually be sat upon.
Oh yes. Well, over there, yeah.
Over there. Oh, okay.
It's still a ghost chair. Like if you tried to sit on it from over here, you'd not work.
Right.
Unless you can
So-
interact with that side.
But in doing so, you kind of like lose who you are, so you just become a chair for eternity.
Yeah, it's not like a
Wait, so
sentient
you
chair.
don't realize that people are sitting on you? You just, that doesn't make it nearly as cool of a punishment as it was moments ago.
It's a good threat, though.
Right. Okay. Well, thank you for telling me. Yeah, keep me up to date if you hear anything else. That's gotta try to see what I can do. See if I can find anything of hers or whatever. Appreciate it.
Oh, no problem. And I got a weird order that came through the pawn shop. I figure you might want to know something about Emulex.
Emulex?
Yeah, it's an explosive they use with like mining and stuff. Goes boom pretty good.
Who ordered that?
She lists off
If it's
a name.
Henri, I'm gonna laugh if it's Henri.
Yeah, she ended up listing off a name. Hold on one second. Some guy by the name of Dominic Fitz.
Dominic Fitz. Did he just order it from you like on the internet or like in person?
Well, apparently he's under the impression that I've got that sort of thing, so I had to, tell him to go away in so many words. In fairness,
Right.
I have had explosives here every so often, but they're usually the military grade kind of stuff that tweakers are trying to sell off for crack cocaine.
Was he human?
Oh, yeah, sure. He had a little different glow about him, but yeah, he seemed human enough. Came to me during the day.
Interesting.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll have to do a check on that, Ben.
I looked. Yeah. I look to Knives and go. Might be Pete 910.
Maybe.
He's the explosives guy. All right. Hey, yeah. Be careful if he ever comes by. Don't get on his bad side. He could do some stuff. All right.
Okay, sure thing.
All right. Thanks. Hangs up. Right.
That's one more thing that we got to deal with.
Okay.
She looks over at Madeline and says, "Welcome to Ashland."
It's going to be exciting, it seems.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of a
Well.
newbie too, so
Explosives. Why would someone want? I mean,
Yeah, there's reasons, I'm sure.
because reasons.
Yeah, that there might be this guy. We came in contact with them not too long ago. Goes by Pete or Pete 910. That's the handle he's got online. And anything he picks up, he can turn it into a vampire killing weapon.
oh no.
He's got powers, and he's apparently got friends, and they hunt us. And he's extremely good with explosives and setting up traps.
Yeah, we've
Wait, was this the hunter dude that was it when I came into town and they firebombed the car?
Not
Was
no,
that guy.
Mm-mm.
no, this is
okay.
cabin guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
You think
it
you'd
was-
have better connections than through Pawn Star?
Why would you think he has better connections?
Well, why would he go through a pawn shop? You think people are gonna pawn freaking dynamite? Like, I just
You never know what people
He
find in
just
their
said
attics.
that people do pawn off big stuff occasionally. So yeah, if you're gonna find stuff that isn't tracked, you go to a pawn shop.
You'd
I
be
mean, where else you
surprised
gonna
of
find
what
that?
connections that she might have.
Yeah, that's it's actually an old trick. Pawn shops for decades now. Want to get something illegal? There's a decent chance you could get it there.
What, you just ask for it?
I don't know.
If you know what you're looking for and you know they have it. If
How
you
do
look
you
like
know
you
if
have
they
no
have it,
idea,
though?
then you know a guy who knows a guy. It's a whole thing. It's a network.
And this is why I have never been good at the whole being sneaky thing. Why I can't find a guy ever. How do you find a guy who knows a guy if you don't even know how to find a guy? Sorry, this is just something I have struggled with being on the run, is because everybody seems to know something, but nobody's willing to share.
Why are
I
you on
could-
the run,
I
by the
could
way?
I could help with that if you want to watch my episodes of The Sopranos.
This is
Just
like a
look over.
singing group? Like it's a show about singers?
I think
no,
it's a mobster show.
yeah,
It's a mobster show.
it's a
Oh.
Jersey Mafia.
Oh,
Yes.
is it like a documentary?
Oh no! It's a right proper show.
No, it's entertainment.
It's a TV show.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely, Jesse. You and me on the couch, bag of chips.
Oh, okay,
Mm.
cool. I can do that. I got all 6 seasons. I
dear
got them
Lord.
DVD now because we don't want to stream stuff you can't get access to.
Okay.
Yeah, he collects a lot of stuff.
Can we well, hold on? Can we go back for just a half a second because we're talking about your daughter.
Yeah.
Then, and I know we've had a discussion about the crap that's happened to me. What's going on with your daughter?
In 1985, when I was not a vampire yet, lived in New Orleans, my daughter, Cindy. One night, I came home and found her in her bedroom with blood on the walls and her name carved in her chest, Jefferson. So I spent some time with who I didn't realize at the time was another vampire, Scarlet. She's not in the area right now. But tracked him to his next victim because he was just killing girls left and right, doing a similar thing. I didn't know vampires were a thing. Having a shotgun didn't matter, and I nearly died when I got to him. But the sheriff in the area had been on the trail too and happened upon it, saved me. But he wasn't supposed to. That's a big no-no in the cam. You can't just take into the fold anybody you want to.
Yeah.
So the prince of the area ordered us to then fight Izzy. She was in town. She had a blood hunt on her. And we were supposed to kill her. Yeah, it didn't work out well. I had no idea what I was doing. I was brand new. And, well, sire bit the dust. We barely got out. That's when we said bye-bye to the cam and hello to the anarchs. And ever since is on Jefferson's trail. Not too long ago, with everyone in the area helping out, found him, destroyed him. But it turns out that when you get murdered horrifically, there's a chance your spirit gets stuck. And it sounds like it's what's happened to Cindy.
So she's stuck in the in-between. What we're all now apparently calling the shadow world.
Shadowlands. Yep.
And you're trying to find her to make her go.
Yeah, I had no idea that was a thing. I thought she'd just, go wherever you're supposed to go when you die, the afterlife or whatever. Didn't know that was the thing, that she's been there for 37 years.
I imagine time is different there, though.
I don't know. Look to Madeline. Is time different there? You seem to know a lot about it.
I'll look at Arthur.
Oh yeah, yeah. Time
Yeah,
time
it-
definitely passes differently.
It passes differently on that side.
Oh,
And
It's
Trisha's
not
just
as
gonna
linear.
Trisha's just gonna reach over and just kind of touch Ben's forearm in empathy and just say, "I'm so sorry."
Well, thanks.
You got the sucker though, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And
Good.
he uses like kind of some of his potence when he punches his own fist. So if anybody's nearby, they probably like kind of even feel the base of that punch. He's like, yeah, yeah, I got him good. But that's done. She needs help, and Kamel, the fallen angel, said that he'd help if we help him deal with the other this town.
I know. Wait, was it Madeline or Madeline or what? Sorry, what was your name again? You're muted.
Sorry, one second. I'm sorry. Arthur's talking to me. Mhm, mhm, mhm.
This
It's
literally doesn't creep
Sorry,
in at all.
it's Madeline. Yes.
Madeline. Do you know if fallen angels have power over there? Can they
Oh,
cross?
probably if it's the infernal thing. I mean, I'm guessing, as you said, the infernal can go anywhere. I would not be surprised.
Because before you start making any promises, Ben, to anyone about anything, I think we'd like some proof that he actually can do what he says he can. I know what grief can do to you. Not you personally, but
To everyone.
yeah.
I mean, that's how I made most of my money back in like the early 1900s. Just off of, I mean, everyone was dying, really, just over there. You can read about it. There's some great books and
Wait,
literature about seances.
when were you born?
Oh, I was born in like 1870.
In like 1870? You don't remember the year you were born?
No, it's no. I don't really remember a whole lot of my childhood. And then the plague happened, and then that's really where my memories kind of start. Is from that point forward.
So after you were embraced?
No. I've been able to see ghosts since I was little. Like I've been able to see ghosts.
Oh.
As a mortal.
Hmm.
That take
Ben,
up
were
a
you
lot of my
looking
time.
for somebody that had abilities to stuff?
Well, I mean, as far as that could be helpful, actually. I mean, I better make sure that we can actually foot the bill for all this. I guess you don't really need cash or anything. It sounds like, Madeline, but yeah, I'm the lead investigator. Work with knives. She's my partner at Pantheon Investigations. We deal with certain weird supernatural stuff. And we've actually been dealing with people on the other side from time to time. So, hey, mind if we tap you for info now and again if we need?
Oh, sure, yes. I can communicate and interact with the other side very minimally. I'm not quite that strong yet. But definitely the hearing and gathering information. I mean, Arthur helps as well to talk to others. That makes it a little bit easier.
Good. Awesome. All right. Well,
I know you haven't been in a fight in a long time. We might have to fight somebody if we have to capture anyone. It's a thing.
Wait, ghosts can fight?
Each other, yes. Like, so
Oh.
say you had a ghost that was kind of doing, and then capture the ghost, hold it in place, or
So like, wait, hold
I
on.
can stop
hold
ghosts
on.
from going into a place if needed.
So like, I saw this movie a while ago. It was on like an outdoor movie screen thing when I was driving through town, and I stopped because I was tired. But it was called Ghostbusters. Is it like that? Where it like you trap it in a thing?
No, it's more like drawing circles on the ground with chalk and blood and.
Oh. I'm sorry. This is all just very, very different.
And I don't know really how they fight over there. They trap each other and apparently turn each other into furniture as well. So, I mean, it's a thing. They have all their own abilities and powers. I'm not even
But
sure
that's
the
not
extent of it.
that's not a heaven though, right? That's the in between. That's limbo.
I don't know. I haven't been able to be in heaven, so I guess I just know that's where dead people end up sometimes.
Yep. Arthur shrugs. It's yeah. He does, celestially speaking, he's that's something beyond his pay grade.
I mean, there has to be though if there's fallen angels.
I would hope so. It would be very unbalanced if it was just demons and that's it, and us, and humans, and werewolves, and ghosts.
Just keep on naming the paranormal. We got it.
But the hunters sometimes have weird, holy
Don't we
things.
know it?
It's very uncomfortable.
Yeah. Well, welcome to the city.
Thank you. I'm I'm excited to see what will come up.
You won't have to wait too long. Just step outside.
Oh, good.
Feels that way sometimes.
So Ben, you've
And I've only been
got
here for a
several
couple
options
weeks.
open to you at this point.
Yeah. All right. Well. We got some doing here. I need to go see if I have anything that.
I wonder if we
Right,
were to
sure.
send a ghoul, if that would be better than sending us. They can slip in and out, I think, easier.
To the Shadowlands?
No, to New Orleans.
Oh. That's a very good idea.
Yeah, I could look at the stuff I've got first back at the Haven. But yeah, if there's nothing there, then I have to figure out something else.
You might
Oh
go
yeah,
send Sharon.
Madeline. Yeah. Well, welcome to the free city of Ashland. Sorry that Baron isn't here to welcome you, but as you can see, we're always busy with something.
I have a question about the Baron. So you said there was two of them, or one is evil?
There's the actual Baron, Sophie Lore. There is apparently another bad fallen angel or a demon that's taken over a body, and it can make itself look like her. We call her the bad Sophie or dark Sophie or whatever. It's its special thing. It can change what it looks like, and it shows her.
And Brittany
Dead
is currently
Sophie.
watching right now. She just got home, I guess. Hello, Brittany.
Hi,
Hey,
Brittany.
Britt.
Why would it want to look like? Okay, that's fine. I'll just take it as it comes. And I'll definitely glad to meet your Baron eventually. But I will try to help with your daughter. I can look at your things and see if there's anything that, if you find anything, I can see if it's a strong enough connection.
Right.
I have a question about the evil Sophie thing and the whole you not hooking up with her. Does she look like Sophie when that happened?
Yes.
So
She did.
How does that
Ben,
work?
Ben, give me a self-control check.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
snap.
shit.
Why does Trish do this to everyone?
Am I going for because at frenzy rolls it's +2.
It's not a frenzy.
Okay.
Yeah, not a frenzy.
Why wouldn't it want to look like Sophie?
Okay.
Yes, Brittany.
All right. 2 successes.
Okay. So when she asks, and you purposely, think about it will, getting with, Dark Sophie or whatnot, your first response is more like, yeah, sort of thing, and a little bit of a chill, like as you remember, what it was like. But otherwise, you're fine.
Look. Okay, so it was good, but point is, I knew it wasn't her. We've dealt with her before.
So I just feel like that would be really weird because there's Sophie and then you're kissing Sophie, but it's not Sophie.
Oh, he was doing more than kissing.
I am
Oh.
using that word as a placeholder.
I feel like it'd be
Thank
like
you.
someone who has a twin, right? They look
Exactly.
alike.
So if
Except
you had
the-
have you ever read Harry Potter?
No.
No.
That was one of those that I got introduced to later. And that it spilled a lot of time on the road. But there's like a situation where that happens where there's twins, and then the one that was dating the one twin, that twin died, and then she ended up marrying the other twin, and it was all because of like, so you guys are now seeing her devolve into this entirely like almost fangirl-esque individual that you've never seen before. And she comes out the other side is like, but wouldn't it basically be like you are in love with Sophie?
I think that she just has a crazy powerful allure to her that drew him in.
There. Flames has got it. Thank you.
So there was nothing there. It's not like she was like
Oh, like the
preying
Toreador.
on. She wasn't.
No.
No.
I mean,
Okay.
a lot of us have abilities that will make us a bit more attractive. You know, the like I can do that if I really wanted to, but
Well, yeah, but but you don't. So there's nothing. Okay.
I'm just saying
Fine.
I don't know that this is necessarily like him and a Sophie thing. I think it's more of a power that drew him in and definitely blindsided him. I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
there when it happened. Like it,
It's almost like she dominated him.
yeah.
Well, not almost. She did.
Yeah.
But
And
in
I
a
mean,
good / bad way.
Well, I mean, in the moment, I'm sure it felt really good. It looked really good from where I was standing.
Can we change the subject?
really good. Actually.
Okay, moving on. All right. Sorry. I'm sorry. It was very confusing in my head. So I didn't know if I'm still trying to, and I've turned to
I think he
Madeline
was
and
under
just
the
like,
influence of something when it happened. I don't know that
Yeah.
there's any underlying feelings like that for Sophie. Because, well, not that this matters for a lot of people anymore, but she is married, and I get the impression that she's pretty devout to him.
she's
So-
married. I didn't know that. Actually, that makes me feel very happy for her.
Mhm.
I'm still trying to figure out the ropes.
we have a case that we're working on.
Right.
Total subject
Yeah.
change.
We're working on a case. Right, Knives.
Oh,
case.
what is this case
Ring
about?
Haley, create chaos. Good job.
The we've been looking for this another psychic. Not sure if she actually was, but might have been. She disappeared, and then we talked to a ghost who had haunted her place
Oh,
and indicated to us that the guy who seems like kidnapped her had skipped town for a while.
did the
Haven't gotten a lot
ghost
of
tell you
information
if it was
since.
able to talk to her?
It was, we couldn't like talk like what you do. Like
Oh.
I had to say things, and then they had to move stuff in the real world or like write stuff in flour that was on a counter and that type
Oh.
of thing.
That's awful.
Yeah.
Yes, if the ghost is still there, I could just chat with it and get some information for you if you need.
That might actually help, Ben.
Actually, I mean, yeah, possibly.
I mean, probably couldn't tell you where it was if he's attached to the house or she or whichever the ghost is. Because usually, sometimes if the house is strongly attached, then they can't leave. But we can. I mean, I can go look and ask. I mean, if it helps you out, then good. Find somebody who's missing.
Yeah, that would actually be great. Well, if nothing else is going here, gonna be taking off Knives. You're with me, of course, right?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Trish, where are you gonna be at? I don't want you to be alone if there's this Jeremy character out and about.
I guess I mean, are you taking Jesse with you?
Yeah,
Oh.
he's my muscle.
I mean, my other option is just to go back to the house.
You could ride with me if you want. Wait, did they give me a keys to the car that we drove in? Oh yeah, they gave me a car. So if you want to ride with me, then
And we're all going together.
if you want to,
I
mean-
don't have a problem if she wants to tag along. She maybe
Damaris, are
nice
you
to
coming
have.
too?
well, maybe we
Sorry?
can just do Talk to the Ghost and find out where this person is, and then we can go get them. I mean, I'm not going to be fighting anybody, so definitely
Yeah.
more the merrier.
I
Flames,
just-
you in?
Where are we going?
A house.
We're gonna
We're
go
gonna
talk
go
to a ghost.
interrogate a ghost.
haunted.
Yeah,
It's haunted.
It's a house in Medford.
Sounds great.
Sure.
Come on, Flames. You might as well.
Sure, why
Alright.
not? I'm gonna take a drink to go.
So,
Me too.
so
Guess we're all
Jesse
in.
Jesse comes walking back over. He's got a glass of ice for Ben. And then he opens his coat and he hands Trish a pistol.
Thank you.
Look, you know a guy.
Oh,
Congratulations.
I figured it would be good if you came strapped.
Thank you very much. That's quite considerate. And she does a little bit of a flary thing before she puts it in the back behind her back and pulls her jacket down over top of it. She is acquainted with firearms,
Okay.
being
cool.
from Texas and all.
That works.
Jesse, where did you get the gun?
Oh, same way I've been getting paid.
Fair
Wait,
enough.
who did you take this off of?
No more
Is this
questions.
connected to a crime?
We're,
I don't
we're-
want to
we're-
shoot a bullet and then have it come back to me, and then suddenly I'm accused of 75 different murders.
Miss Trish, you don't leave fingerprints.
Yep,
But
you're right. Okay.
but I suppose I do. But I would love to see him try. My hand ain't from the same place the other hand came from, so that's going to be kind of awkward.
That
I don't want to know.
you are correct. Thank you. Thank you very much, Jesse, for being so incredibly considerate.
No problem. That's kind of my job in the original group. I guess considerate would fall under that.
All right.
I'm strapped. Let's go.
Sounds good.
Okay, so you guys travel across town at this point. I guess, those of you who are following Ben, you go to the outskirts of town and then actually hit the freeway. And in traveling up, if you look at the map, Medford is a little north of Ashland. Not far. It's probably like 15, 20 minutes by freeway. You end up getting off the freeway. The town itself looks pretty run down, in comparison to Ashland, much smaller. The neighborhood that Ben ends up taking you guys to is a hood. The homes here are older. There are, some cars that were left on the street, sort of thing, without wheels. This is definitely a sketchier part of town. But you guys come to a stop. He knows exactly where the house is at. The house has still got a for sale sign sitting out front. Most of the lawns here, if you could pass for a lawn, has, like broken crab grass or just dirt. If there is a fence of any kind, it's, a small one. Most of them don't have fences here. Even at this time of night, you can still see the occasional house that's got some people camped out in front and just kicking it, chatting, doing whatever, just hanging out. So you guys have probably walked into gangland territory.
Spen gets out of the car and he starts walking up to the front door of the house.
Okay.
See if the people there react or whatever.
No, because remember, it's no one lives here.
Okay.
So the house is, still locked up. It's got boards over the windows at this point. It's an older home, probably built in the 1970s at some point. Paint starting to peel on certain portions of it. Looks like it had a swing on the front porch at one point in time. The hooks are still there. Only one part of the chain still is. The lawn is in terrible condition. And it looks like at one point in time there's been some damage to the door frame, so maybe somebody broke in. There's some remains of glass along the sides of the front porch, so it's possible that the windows have been broken out at one point too.
Okay. Let's see here. Am I able to see into the building at all from any vantage point?
If you walk around, you can look in the side window.
Okay. I do that just to see if our pal Pete has come by to set up some explosive welcoming gifts here at all. Do I see any of those types of things?
Now that you know what to look for, go ahead and give me a wits and alertness check, difficulty 7. As all of you are kind of pulled out of the car and waiting, you can see Ben is like already going around the house and looking for something he's probably expecting.
I'm also going to use heightened senses now that Ben has that.
Ooh, so now you're down to difficulty.
To take a look.
So difficulty 5.
Okay, and that was perception alertness?
Wits and alertness.
Or wits. Okay. All right. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 successes.
Okay. No, the house is clean. You do a complete sweep. You don't see any. I mean, it's got some other superficial damage from when you were last here. That could have been just from kids in the neighborhood or rodents or who knows, but you don't see anything triggering or setting anything up out of the ordinary.
Okay. All right. Then I head back to the front, and as everyone else is out of the car, I'm like, looks like it's clean, no traps. Then if the thing is locked, I try to pick the lock.
Okay, go ahead. Dexterity and larceny. Difficulty 6.
3, 4, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 successes.
Oh yeah, like butter. So you just stick your pick in real quick, and just like that super easy difficulty on Skyrim.
Yeah. Novice.
Yep. Pops open, no problem.
All right. Walk inside, and as I walk inside, take a quick scan to make sure there's like nobody hanging out in here or anything like that.
You don't see anybody hanging out in here. However, a lot of the stuff is missing from when you were last here. Okay. It's obvious since it's been sitting and you haven't been here for a bit. People have come in and helped themselves to stuff.
Sure. Okay. And take another couple steps in, then I go, "Hey there, it's me, Ben. Just letting you know I've got some friends who would want to talk to you. If you're still here. Are you still here?"
Yeah, I'm waiting outside, Ben.
Turns around. No, Jesse, I'm trying to talk to the thing that's in here, man.
Oh, sorry. Why didn't you come with like some PK meter or like that, the spectral thing from Ghostbusters?
Because I'm not a Ghostbuster. I'm not sure that even works, man.
I thought we brought the Ghostbuster with us.
Walk up, be like, a what? Oh.
I'm sorry. What do you prefer to be called? Medium, witch?
Medium is fine.
Okay.
Witch? No, I'm not a witch. That doesn't.
I'm sorry.
Medium works.
So Jesse at this point just posts himself up
it's not
outside
offensive.
to keep eye out. All of you
So
start to approach at this point. At this point, Callie, Arthur tells you that someone is here.
Okay.
But they've
Oh.
barricaded themselves into the bedroom, and the door is shut.
Oh, okay. Do you know which way where's the bedroom? I'm gonna just follow Arthur. This way.
Yeah, it's right off the living room.
I'll knock on the door. Hello. You've locked yourself in? We'd like to talk to you.
Then you hear this, "Go away!"
Can we hear that too?
No, huh?
Are you okay?
Do you understand English?
Yes, but there's this gentleman here, Ben, who is looking for the woman who used to live here. I'll look at him in confirmation. That was kidnapped?
Yep, Madame Rougeau.
And so instead of having to write in flower, you can just tell me what you know and I'll pass on the information, and then we don't have to bother you after that.
What? You're not gonna swipe my? You're not gonna put me in a ring or force me in some cat or something? I know what you are.
Oh, no, I'm not. Arthur, did I force you to be here with me?
Yeah, Arthur's like, "Oh no, of course not."
Have I ever bound someone into an object?
So he pauses for a second.
Personally? Have I personally done it?
No, of course not.
I cannot speak for my family, but we are just interested in finding this woman that is gone.
So there's this long pause.
I'm super patient. I'm just yep, this is how we do.
Go ahead and give me a charisma, and you're being honest with them. Give me expression.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
So... What's the difficulty if I have to type it?
Difficulty 6.
Okay. Oops.
So difficulty, so your charisma and expression, probably one of your lowest dice pools.
Yeah, it is. Subterfuge is much higher.
Yes.
I should have been lying. So I got 2 successes.
Okay, well, good enough. And so, and the voice sounds female, by the way.
Okay.
And Arthur tells you, okay, the lady is opening the door. She appears to have what appears to be bullet holes in her chest. I would suppose that that was her trauma upon death, and you can hear her say, "Yeah, what the heck are you, Discovery Channel?"
I'll look at Ben and be like, "Oh, it's a woman. Apparently she was shot, and was this your house?"
She says, "But no, this belonged to Miss Laurent."
Interesting. Oh, okay. Are we looking for Miss Laurent?
That's right.
Oh, okay. So, do you know who took her?
She was killed here.
Oh, she was killed here.
And taken away by somebody. I didn't get a good look because it kind of came in and was rather spooky and sudden. But it was a guy, and I couldn't leave the property. There's some reason why I can't get anywhere from here, and I don't know why.
She probably picked up something that belongs to you.
It could. Or there could still be something on the premises preventing me from getting out. Like a ward or something that you guys do.
Oh, let me go look. After I'll relay the information about the spooky guy and being killed. She was killed here, and then her body was taken, and then she can't leave. So there's something around the house somewhere that's keeping her from leaving.
So, give me a perception and awareness check. Difficulty 7.
I guess look for anything occult writing, something that may like a bag somewhere. I know a couple of you might be available to do that.
Do you want some
So-
help looking?
Yes,
Yeah,
please.
we can help. Look.
Anybody with at least one in occult, go ahead and give me the perception and awareness checks. Difficulty 7.
Perception.
Oh, I was going to say occult. Perception.
So 2, 4. So 5. No. 4.
What's the
got
difficulty again?
7.
7, 2.
I got 4.
2.
All right. Lily, you end up spotting something. You're not entirely sure what it is, but there's what appears to be some sort and it was hard to see, which is why there was a higher difficulty. It looks like what had happened is somebody may have carved some sort of shape into the door frames of both the front and the back and then painted over it. So because it was
Oh.
painted over, it made it harder to see.
Clever.
Here's some like glyphs.
I'll go look at it. Does it look like anything that's familiar? Is it like an occult symbol?
It actually looks like a stylized Ward versus Wraith.
Oh,
Although it's very different than how you would do it. So maybe a different school of thought.
okay. I'm just gonna. Does it look like there's like one on each door, or
Yeah.
is it like a bunch of them? Okay, I'm
No,
just
no,
gonna
just
go
one
ahead
in
and
each door.
start scraping. I'll take out like a pocket knife and start
Okay.
scraping.
So she
at the...
starts, scraping at the door and whatnot. And
I'll follow suit then.
okay. So you
All right,
go.
see if you can walk out now.
Okay, so she, starts moving around the house, and she's like, "Okay, I think I can get out. I don't feel the effects of that barrier anymore."
Oh, good. Well, see, I helped you. Maybe sometime in the future you can help me at some point, and I will leave you be for now.
Wow.
Are you sure?
Should we
That's,
get a
like,
description? Can
awfully
we get a description of the guy who took her?
Oh, she said she didn't see what he looked like.
He was just a well-dressed guy.
Well dressed. Like suit or like just nice clothes put together?
Can I say yes to both?
Okay.
Did he speak?
No. It's clear she can hear,
Yeah.
everybody else, but she can't.
Oh, yeah,
can't
no,
respond.
he didn't speak at all. I'm gonna text somebody from my family and be like, "Hey, did you guys end up killing this person?"
Yeah, you're all texting. Did we rub somebody out recently?
Did we ghoul someone or embrace someone that might have been a medium? Because I'm kind of sitting here going like, well, that's kind of what they did with me, even though I'm part of the family. Did we do this?
And then there's as you guys are standing there, there's a knock on the door frame as Jesse leans in, and he actually starts walking backwards at one point, and he says, Ben, we got company.
All right. Ben follows Jesse outside to see what's going on.
I will
Lily
step
does-
back to the back.
Lily
Away
does as
from
well.
The conflict. I'm like, ooh, not my forte.
Okay.
Trish is gonna stand at the doorway and have her gun out, but behind the door frame.
Yeah, Lily's gonna step out with Ben.
Okay. So as you guys are kind of shuffling around, a little bit, you come walking up, you see that familiar face, Trish,
Really?
but flanked by several individuals you don't recognize.
I look over at Trish. Do you know these people?
So 5
Mhm.
there's 5 in total, with one who's following up, who's acting kind of like they're tweaking.
I'm gonna just. How far away is Jesse from me?
Jesse is actually at the door, and he backed himself in, kind of like a wall.
Okay, I'm gonna stay on that other side of the wall.
Gotcha.
And just kind of, I'm gonna just kind of get his attention and say, "These are not friends,
Okay. Understood.
especially the blonde in the middle."
And so he, so he actually steps forward a little bit, and he's like, "Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what brings you this far north, but we were hoping to parlay with you if we could."
What do you want, Jeremy?
"We just want you to come with."
Nope. Pretty sure I've made that incredibly clear.
We understand that, but we could be persuasive, and we got no beef with the anarchs. After all, you're not an anarch.
No,
How
but she's our guest here.
Yeah.
And if she doesn't want you here, you need to get the fuck out.
Pauline, does somebody be like, who are these people?
If she says you're not welcome here, you're not welcome here.
Jeremy, send the
Sabat?
rest of them away.
Are they Camarilla?
They're Sabat.
Oh, they're Sabat.
Oh, good.
And so they he kind of looks and he says, "Oh, the traitor. Well, you'll have to forgive me for like not taking your word specifically for that."
Oh, you will in a moment.
And they start to spread out some at this point.
I'll,
Jeremy, this is not
He said-
happening.
And he
I'll lean
says,
forward and be like, oh, excuse me. She's a friend of mine now. And just, I'm going to take her under my wing. And really, I don't want to have to call my family to come deal with this.
"Oh, well, ma'am, if we were worried about the family, we wouldn't even be here." But
Arthur, go punch him in the head.
and he says,
It's your time.
and
Your time to shine, man.
and he says, "But where are my manners?" He says, and he looks around and he says, "We are one death to die." And he says, "This over here," he says, this is my Ductus, Asa Whitman." He says, "This is my abbot, Carlo Hesser." He says, "Of course, you know me, Jeremy Buchanan." He says, "This is Janet Silverman, Irene Lord, and Tweaker."
Wait, his name is Tweaker? Oh.
Yeah, and the female, one of the females kind of looks and she shrugs. She says, "Yeah, he hasn't earned his name yet."
Oh.
Oh. Oh no.
Lost her.
And she froze right as she went, "Oh."
God.
That is hilarious. I wonder if a dog accidentally kicked her line. Oh, there she is.
You're back.
You're back.
Wait, hold on.
You're back. Oh, can you not hear us?
Shoot.
Oh, she logged back off again or something. Oh no. But this right here is why I like Video Ninja, because if I wasn't using that, the whole layout would have been shuffling back and forth. So anyway, while she is working on that, you end up seeing Ben. You end up seeing, just as the corner of your eye, some guy come, another small group come approaching from the right hand side.
I'm back. I'm
Yes,
sorry.
you were back.
I'm so sorry.
You were good. And you recognize the cowboy hat.
Oh, jeez.
And kind of looking back and forth, and he says, "Well, what have we here?"
Hi there, Marshall. Nice night for a stroll.
"Mr. Baxter."
Who are these people?
Yeah,
missed
looks
something.
like
Did
we
new
have
people show
some
Yes.
new individuals here. They're not exactly welcome. You know the types.
He says, "Oh, I apologize. We were. It looks like I walked in upon our introductions." He says, "My name is Deputy Marshal Raylan." He says, "This here is Deputy Marshal Dante Adler. He's a little, beefy looking. Looks Asian of some kind. Hard to say, but they're in plain clothes. It's clear that they're wearing some form of like body armor, like probably Kevlar vest or whatnot. And they kind of like look back and forth. The Sabat who are here, and it's like, well, who are you? And he says, son, I just got done introducing myself. He says, we're U.S. Marshals.
I have a quick question. Sorry to interrupt the moment.
You're good.
For inscribe the curse, is that something that takes like several minutes,
Yes.
or can I like turn away while he's doing his little talking and like do the thing do it when I have time?
You could attempt to do it, but you would be very pushed for time.
Well, they're talking. That's why I guess I was just curious if I might have the opportunity to do that.
I will let you try that at a difficult 9.
Okay.
You can do it, girl.
I would have once I heard his name and the fact that she didn't want him here. That was my first thought, was to like basically back up and go out of sight.
Okay, so you're stepping back behind everybody and attempting to trace some blood trace.
Yeah, he
the
could
name
think I
on your
stepped
forehead.
away after he called me a traitor. That's
Sure.
fine.
Sure.
I'll take that ego blow. That's fine.
Sure.
Okay. Difficulty 9.
Mm-hmm.
And the one I'm specifically doing is the 3rd level, which is the curse.
Right.
And I'm going to be doing the one on the forehead, which is the one that gives them they have to spend a willpower to use any magical ability or discipline.
Right. Okay.
Okay. 7, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Okay, well, there's 2 10s. So 4 and then 5 because there's 1 9.
Okay.
The rest are 7, 6.
All right. So you are right now quickly and very hastily attempting to inscribe the curse on your forehead.
Yeah.
And so the guy, Jeremy at that point looks over and he says, well, I hate to break this to you, Marshal. He says, but this is outside your purview and this is a private conversation. He says, son, that's where I got to correct you. And I think you don't recognize the gravity of the situation you just stepped in. And so he like looks for a second and he looks to the others and he says, all right, human, do tell. And he says, see, first off, you got to understand something here. Y'all ever heard of the Founding Fathers? And he's like, yeah, we remember him. He said, so, y'all are standing face to face with Ashland's equivalent to Wyatt Earp. Y'all know who Wyatt Earp is, right? And they kind of like look back and forth, and he ends up swatting one of the guys who look kind of clueless, and he's like, "Tombstone, idiot!" And he says, "See, Mr. Baxter here. It may have taken him some time, but he hunted that pack down to the last man." And see, I figured that might mean something to all y'all because, you're a pack and whatnot. And they start kind of getting frustrated. And he says, now, I may not recognize every member of his posse currently. He says, but the angry one in the back who's messing with her hair, she's got a nickname called Flames. She sneezed real bad and set that whole mountain on fire abroad. See, I don't know if you really realize just what you're messing with. And so he's getting real agitated, by the sound of this. And he's like, oh, and what are you going to do? And he said, what are you going to do about it? He says, son, I'm a whole new level of danger. He says, now you can either peacefully depart and do whatever else it is that you want to do with this night. But what you ain't going to do is you ain't going to start no fight here. Bottom line. And at that point, you end up seeing, two red dots end up appearing on two of their other members.
The gang that was hanging out front or like nearby, are they doing anything? Did they just like peace out? Because there were people loitering out front.
There
or
were,
loitering
but they
nearby.
weren't close by. Give me
Okay.
a wits and alertness check.
Two successes.
2 successes. Okay. You think you can make out popcorn?
Like the smell of popcorn?
No, like people reaching into a bag and snacking on popcorn.
Oh.
Funny.
There's like they're on their porch and there's
They're
like,
like,
uh-oh,
"Ooh."
something's about to go down.
Wow.
Tr-
I think. Wait, witnesses.
Trish is gonna kind of step forward a little bit, not out of Jesse's shadow,
Okay.
but forward just slightly, and she's like, "Jeremy, just go."
And so he's kind of like looking back and forth and at this point, and he says, I reckon you do what the lady asked. And so they kind of look back and forth and they swat, Tweaker, who's with him, who's just like, he's edgy like Beavis and Butthead at this point, just like kind of giggling for no reason and looking like he's probably on something. And they start backing up to their vehicle. And he says, I'll be seeing you soon. Let's just say it's a rain check for that conversation, Trish.
If you want to have a conversation, you come alone.
And so they end up going back to their vehicle at this point and driving away. Some howls and whatnot coming from the van as they, bug out.
Say what leave is like their vehicle is moving away. Trish visibly kind of like collapses against the side of the house.
Okay.
Damaris is disappointed.
Damaris,
She steps back out with a name, Jeremy, across her forehead, and marks like.
Well, you actually had it as they were walking out. So I mean, if they had turned and done something, they would have been in effect. So you weren't like still riding when they were driving away.
Appreciate
an
the
ex-boyfriend?
intervention there, Marshall. What's the real occasion tonight, though?
He says, well, we happen to be in the area following up on some leads, and sure enough, we stumble onto you Ashland folk. This ain't going to be a habit now, is it, Mr. Baxter?
That depends on what you were looking for there, Marshall. We're just on a case right now, and you saw those folks coming up.
Thank you. Thank you, Marshall, for allowing or not allowing, but throwing your weight behind that. I appreciate it.
No, he just tips his hat.
I'm Trish, by the way.
Pleasure.
If we have everything that we need here, I think it'd probably be a good idea to leave.
Think so. Adeline, were you able to get anything else from the occupant?
Like I said, they didn't get very much information about. Actually, I'm going to turn and look to see if the wraith is still there.
Oh yeah, Brace is still there.
How was she killed?
And she says, double tap to the head, one to the chest.
2 to the head, 1 to the chest.
Yeah.
Really? Was she Was she able to talk to you? Was she immortal?
Define mortal.
Did she have any powers?
Yeah, she was a legit medium. She was kind of known in this part of the neck of the woods for, communicating on the other side, kind of like what I'm not supposed to be doing right now.
Oh, just making sure that she wasn't a charlatan. So I look at Ben. I'm like, well, she was an actual medium. She did communicate on the other side. Was she the one that put these wards up?
I think so.
Interesting. So someone had her killed. 2 to the head, 1 to the chest is very much a executioner style.
It's pro.
Yeah.
I guess, does anyone have any contacts in the underworld in this area? See what hitmen are around? Assassins?
Yeah, at that point, the marshal's like, well, I suppose it's not exactly a conversation that you all want to have around me.
I mean, not to
we
hire
should,
anyone, just for investigation purposes.
They are informational. What do they call it?
CIs.
Yeah. Confidential informant. There we go.
And so, with that, he just taps his hat and he steps back off, walking down the other way, the other side of the street, to a vehicle that they both get in and drive away in.
Are they not human? Who are they?
Yeah, we ran into them. They came into town not too long ago, and they're actually the ones who served Jefferson to me on a silver platter. They've got skills, and apparently some of them have, gadgets in their bodies. He's talking about being a whole new level of danger. That might actually be real.
Oh.
We've got sort of a working arrangement, just neutral alliance with them, I think.
Are they not human then?
No, they are.
They're like
with
human
robotic parts.
Plus,
like
yeah.
Terminator.
Like super soldiers?
Like one of the guy has apparently blades that can pop out of his arm, like that.
Oh, that's strange.
Like Wolverine.
Oh yeah, the cartoon.
Well, at the moment we don't mess with them, they don't mess with us. Never, So that's, yeah.
Yeah,
keep
it
an eye
seems
out
for
for them.
now anyway. He's more like a keep the peace type, but he knows our deal, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Well
they
then,
were
okay.
very handy.
We could have taken him. Don't worry.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sure you could have.
How does he know where to find you? I'm just curious about that because, I mean, is this who you've been on the run from?
Yeah.
You mentioned earlier you were on the run, literally. So is that why?
Yeah. Was Damaris not in the conversation that we had that day? Oh, okay.
I was not there. That's why I'm
we were at
confused as to
Remus's
what's
house.
going on. And now that I knew his name now because you said it out loud, and that's why I did the curse thing, just in case.
Okay. Yeah. Let me explain in the car. Let's just go, because everybody else I think knows. Is that okay? Okay. Madeline, why don't you come with us? You're muted, but why don't you just come with us, and I can explain it.
Sounds good.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask the ghost real quick. Did she have any type of physical ledgers for the work that she did? People that clients, things like that.
Yeah, she did.
And is it still in the house?
Not as far as she knows. But she did. She kept a full work because of the money she was making. She was basically doing your routine.
Right. Does she have an office?
That was her house.
Yeah, I'm in her house. Someone has an office room or.
It was basically her bedroom, from what you can tell. There's a desk in there that was probably used for that.
Is anybody here able to lift heavy things? Just I want to check underneath some of if there's any furniture left.
Yeah, sure.
yeah.
Oh,
Help me look for a ledger of some
yeah,
sort.
I got that.
Okay, let's just look through here real quick, and maybe we can find a client that maybe she shouldn't have made mad. Apparently, she was making a lot of money doing this, which you can do. I've done it for a very long time. So yeah, maybe there's some sort of like, is there anything under the floorboards? I'll start like tapping on, like kicking floorboards and
Okay.
stuff.
So everybody, give me a perception and investigation check.
Investigation.
5, 6.
Oh, I actually have 1, 2, 3, 4.
4.
2.
5 successes.
Ooh.
7.
1.
Ooh. So as you guys are shuffling around basically the refuge and junk and what furniture is still in here and whatnot, you do end up finding what appears to be part of the ledger.
Okay.
And it's got all kinds of chew marks all over it.
Like rats?
Yeah, probably
like-
a rodent probably got to it.
Okay, I'm like a dog? I don't know. I'll hand the ledger over. Here you go. Investigative work. There's some names there maybe that might help you out.
And Ben, you recognize one of them.
What is it?
Jim Fletcher.
Yeah, that's right. Jim and Madame Rougeau were a thing beforehand. He didn't seem to have a lot of info, though, but yeah, this seems to be how they met. And I look through to see if there's any other, full information or if it's all been destroyed by now.
There's partial bits here and there. Most of it looks like how she logged it down was like the name, just a basic what were they coming for? Was it like a contact or just an item read or something, and then how much she charged.
Okay.
Ooh, how much did she charge? So was it comparable? I'm like, how much money was she making here? Can I do the same thing?
She was she for a quote unquote contact. It was like $100 an hour. For an item read, it was $50 an hour.
Okay.
What's the last entry she made?
You don't have the last entry, unfortunately. Parts of it's all broken up.
Yeah. Yeah, fortunately no patterns we can define, but yeah, it verifies what Jim was saying about being with her, one of her clients. Jim, he's one of my ghouls. Let me actually see if he's available. I go ahead and try to give Jim a call.
Okay. So I take it you guys are leaving at this point after you've...
Yeah, we'll go ahead.
Okay.
And...
Yeah.
Might as well.
Yeah. Exit
Not
stage
to start
left,
luck.
and you are muted.
Trish, while you guys were all doing this, Trish basically looked for 5 seconds and then started making her way out to the car.
Okay. So on the way back to Ashland at this point, you end up getting a hold of Jim, and he picks up and he's like, "Oh, Ben, I'm on my medication."
That's great, Jim. Actually, has that been working, the meds?
Yeah.
Great.
If by that you mean I'm not seeing me with a bunch of female bodies, yeah.
That's fantastic, man. I'm glad to hear it. Hey,
Is that what you're calling about? Because I just want to let you
Back
know
in the
I'm
case
good.
regarding-
I'm on my meds. Oh, we're kind of losing Dale there.
Ah,
I believe you. Appreciate it. Keep up the good work.
uh-oh.
Are we?
Yeah, you've got a bad connection right
still-
now.
You are now.
Sort of.
Okay,
Oh,
I'll be right
frozen
back.
again.
Oh, looks like he's going to reboot or something.
Well, in the meantime moment,
Sure.
while we're with Damaris, I'm gonna kind of briefly explain what's happened. and that he is the one I've been running away from. He's been chasing me for 30 years.
Ugh, that's a long time to be on the run.
Yeah.
So how does he seems to keep finding you? So are you? Does he? How does he keep tracking you? How does he keep
Honestly,
finding
I
you?
don't know.
Hmm.
He just seems to show up. I don't have any precursors or suspicions that he'll be there. He just always seems to show up again.
It's not like you leave a body trail because you don't drink blood
No.
normal. But so he's got to have some other way. Either he's really good at tracking, and that's what their pack is helping him do, or you've got something on you that is marked or something. I don't know.
It's possible. I don't know much about the magic side of what we are. So I don't totally know what he's capable of. I just know that
Hmm.
after I saw him the first time, after it was all blood and fangs, and there was nothing. This Jeremy's
Hmm.
actually significantly more reasonable than the one I've encountered in the past.
Well, the good news is that we can track him now.
How?
You were probably there for it, but I have the ability to scry. And scrying is basically looking through a glass. I mean, I don't know how to describe. The best analogy I can guess is when Dumbledore looks into that bowl of not water, but all those memories and threads.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually watched the movie.
The book was better, but yeah.
But it's kind of like looking through a bowl like that, or a surface like that to locate someone. Doesn't matter where they're at. There are abilities though that can sometimes interfere with my being able to locate someone. But if I have a name, if I have even an object of theirs of some sort, I can use that as a focus to be more specific as to where they're at. So since now we know he's going to be a problem because he's brought a whole Sabbat pack into the city, this
Yeah.
is now a city problem.
And that's kind of one of the reasons why I didn't stay in the same place. I don't want my issues to become someone else's issues.
Truthfully, the Sabbat have always been an issue here. And they're just another pack that we're going to wipe the floor with.
Thank you. I know Ben had mentioned the scrying previously, and I just wasn't sure if your personal opinions of my lifestyle would stop that from being an option.
The reality is, I obviously disagree with your chosen style of feeding, but clearly you've gotten away with it for the last 30 years plus, so you know how to deal with it. It's just, you don't know this, but I was Sabbat, and your methods are not typical.
I know.
That's why he called me a traitor, because I defected to this side of it.
Do you do something weird when you eat?
No, I just don't drink from humans.
She bad blood, oh god.
Oh, we can share. We'll have tea parties or something.
Sorry, I don't.
Do I need to roll? That's funny. Do I need to roll a check for that now that there's somebody else now who doesn't speak from humans?
She's already dealt with her crap with me.
Or am I desensitized now?
I mean, I will sometimes if it's a really bad person, but
okay.
Yeah, just don't.
I'm good.
Don't.
She takes a metaphorical breath.
Deep breath.
Okay. So Dale, you were saying?
Oh yeah. Let's see. So with talking to Jim, okay, so I go, yeah. So Jim, really, just calling to see. Me and my friends here were just checking out Bridget's old place, talking to the ghost that was there, just trying to get some extra info. Like, I'm just trying to make sure we didn't miss anything when talking. You don't know if she had any enemies or anybody who she shouldn't have been dealing with but was anything.
No. She seemed to be well liked by her clients. I mean, when I started to get to quote unquote know her, she had several frequenters. Nobody seemed to have, I don't know them by name, but none of them
Get
seemed to have
names.
problems.
Okay.
But I might, if you had pictures, I might be able to point them out.
Well, I do have one photo still saved in my phone. That was from the SD card that Ghost actually showed us. 1 second. Let me see here. And so then Ben goes ahead and sends that image, texts that to Jim.
Okay. So he sends that picture over.
That might be the guy who... Sorry, man, but from what we're getting, seems like she was killed.
Oh.
So,
Well,
yeah, that's what it is.
I kind of figured something happened to her.
Yeah.
So he looks at the picture.
I know you two
on
are
his phone.
together, so I didn't want to,
He looks at the picture on the phone, and he says, "Oh, that's Israel Guevara."
Yeah.
Oh, I think we're starting to lose Ben again.
No. Oh,
You guys hear me?
nope. Dale's
Yep.
still there.
There you are.
Yep.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, but he said that's Israel Guevara.
Well, who's Israel Guevara?
Just said another customer.
Oh, so you know that this customer was like there a bunch of times, or know anything about him?
Other than his name and that he showed up a bunch. No.
All right. Well, the name is good. It actually works, Jim. Thanks. Keep up the good work. Keep staying on your meds.
Will do. Do you got anything for me? Is there anything I can do?
If you could head back to my place and kind of sort through my stuff, I've got to get there and look for see if there was something my little girl had. Just kind of organize my things, if you could, real quick. It'd save me some time.
Sure. Yeah, I could do that.
Thanks, Jim. Appreciate it.
No problem.
Talk soon. Beep.
If we
Let's
can
look
find
over-
out
yeah.
where this guy lives or frequents or get a phone number, I could call him and be like, oh, the other side contacted me. Apparently there's a message for you. And then he'll be like, oh, yes, let me come get a reading.
That's a good point.
But I don't really not good at finding people on the internets and things like that. So,
Well, that's why we have Damaris.
oh, good. Yeah. So I could like show up at his coffee shop or if he's human, I guess, if he's a vampire, or his bar, and then be like, oh, there's someone talking to me and told me to come talk to you. That'll be fantastic.
Huh. Right. Try that.
I can even say that, what was her name? The medium? I can say that she was talking to me and sent me to him. Well, no, maybe not, because if you killed her, then that'd be bad. To play it by ear.
Yeah, we don't know what his motive was yet.
If anything, then I could just get money out of him, so. Actually, give me the names of any of the names we can find on her ledger, and I can contact most of those people offering a new service for readings, and then we can gather information that way. I mean,
right.
Could never hurt.
True. good point. I go ahead and just hand over the ledger. It's
Okay.
like get some information there. If we can get Flames, now that we've got the guy's name, we just have Flames. See if she can find if he's even still around and where he's at.
Sure.
Are we on the? Are we on like the same car, or how are we arranged here?
I mean, at this
I thought
point,
I was with Damaris.
yeah, at this point,
I was with her. Yeah.
yeah, at this
I
point, you
figured-
guys have driven. You guys have gone back to, we'll just say, Anzio's or something.
Okay.
You know, for general conversing or whatnot, since you know it's secure.
Cool. Okay.
But with that, since we're getting close, we'll go ahead and call game there. Since I know we've got, stuff coming up. So thank you guys again. Those of you who tuned in and watched, those of you who played tonight, or today, I should say. I hope you guys had a fun time. I had a great time. Callie,
Yes.
welcome to the group. You were great. Yes.
Yes.
So our next game is going to be in 2 weeks for Bloodline or Blood Ties. So it's going to be November 19th.
So are we going to roll for XP now or wait till the 19th? Since it is November.
Oh, good question. We should roll for XP right now.
Anybody
So-
has a birthday?
How do we do that?
Derek actually has a birthday.
It's my birthday.
Oh,
On the
okay,
22nd.
Then you
Oh,
get
it's your
to
birthday
roll
on
a
the 22nd?
D4. Yeah.
Okay, well, Derek doesn't play in this game, though, so.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
we don't get to. Yeah.
But,
She does now.
yes, but Callie's birthday is this month. So, how we do this, for monthly XP, it's always going to be 1d4 plus 1. And that's what everybody gets. So, whoever wants to roll that for everybody, they can. Since you're the birthday girl, you can roll it if you'd like. And then for birthday XP, it's 1d6 plus 1.
Nice. I don't need D4s on me, so if someone wants to roll it.
I can roll it. I got my D4.
Okay.
Sweet.
Ooh, and I got a 4, so 5.
Nice.
All right, someone roll my birthday XP. 1d6.
1d6.
Yeah, all I have is a D20 in front of me.
All right.
You can also
I've got a
use,
D6.
you can also use the chat too, dice roller.
It's 4. So 4 plus 1, 5. So another 5.
Okay,
So 10.
so 10 total XP for the month.
Remember that, Brittany?
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll make sure the folks on Friday are aware too. They get 10 XP. So for the month. So huzzah. So the next game coming up, Blood Ties again will be on November the 19th. However, our next game will be the Ashland main game, which will be on the 11th. And that starts at 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Then our superhero game will be on November 12th, and that starts at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So tune in for that for some more adventures, Modern Age Heroes, and Ashland by Night. So, yeah, take care, Davey. Thanks for tuning in. And Brittany, thanks for tuning in to the latter half. I hope you guys had fun watching the show. And we're going to call it here. Good night, guys.
Night.
Bye.
Okay, and okay, there we go. And stop the roll.